But leading us off this hour, while homicide deaths are down in Harris County and the city, an alarming new study shows domestic violence deaths doubled.
And it is disproportionately affecting Black women. Anieli Ruiz breaks down the findings. Anieli?
Well, many local shelters tell us they knew this was a problem by the number of calls they were getting. But researchers at the University of Houston gathered all this data in hopes that there's more help for victims before it's too late. A new study done by researchers at the University of Houston reveals a domestic violence problem in our area is only getting deadlier. Specifically, researchers pulled numbers from the Harris County Sheriff's Office and HPD on homicides between intimate partners.
It's between spouses or girlfriend, boyfriends, or ex-partners.
In 2019, they found 32 people in domestic violence were killed, and that made a huge jump to 64 people in 2022. A statistic the shelter feels matches what they're seeing.
Tragically, we were not shocked. We've been on the front lines of this epidemic.
Researchers also found that Black women made 52% of the female domestic violence homicides, even though they comprise 20% of Harris County women.
When you have a history of disinvestment in communities, and when you have systematic barriers that prevent people from getting equal pay, access to services, education, housing, healthcare, they are going to be more vulnerable.
So why the uptick? Researchers say a number of factors are at play: stress, isolation, economics, housing, and even the new open carry permitless law in Texas.
Well, what about this availability of guns? This is wider availability of guns in terms of permitless carry is having a direct influence on people's lives.
Researchers believe the financial dependency for women and the lack of equal pay also plays a role.
If women, who oftentimes are the primary caregivers and providers for their children, are forced to choose between being homeless with their children or being in an abusive situation, then they may stay in an abusive situation.
Well, this study was shared with city leaders and county leaders in hope that there are more funds available for shelters. By the way, researchers said that they're also hoping to gather more details from other surrounding counties and cities to give a broader scope of what's happening in the region. Guys?